What's your view on the challenge being presented for Beijing and what this is ultimately going to mean for markets moving forward?
Yeah, well, nice to speak with you, Dan. I think what these protests represent is the fact that there's just been a lot of difficulty. It's been very hard on people in China with the lockdowns. It's been hard on the economy. You're seeing the impacts there. But there is a silver lining. I think that these could very well be the spark that maybe begins the reopening process. As you mentioned, equity markets in Asia are seeming to buy into that a little bit today. And I also think it shows that, coming out of the Party Congress, there were big concerns that maybe Xi Jinping did not have the proper checks and balances in place. And I think this shows you that the population itself can provide some checks and balances. So these types of protests, as you well know, are very unusual in China. And the fact that citizens are willing to make their voices heard, I think shows that there are still some political considerations that still have to be top of mind for Xi Jinping and his administration.
Indeed, a very fine line for him to be walking. Aaron, do you want to buy into this momentum or stay on the sidelines for now until we get more clarity on exactly what the policy is going to look like?
Now I think is the time to be looking ahead, not just the next month or few months to the next year or so. And we do see a much brighter future for equities over that type of a time frame. I think equity markets have dealt with quite a bit here in 2022. COVID lockdowns have been just one of many bricks in the wall of worry that have weighed on markets so far this year, but are also exactly what equities tend to climb as we move into a new bull market. I think gradually we'll start to move away from some of the fears about geopolitics, about spiking resource prices, which have already largely subsided, especially in the energy space. We still are dealing with some of these COVID lockdowns. We're still dealing with high inflation rates and worries about central bankers. But I think eventually investors will start to move past that as well. And so it's not to say there couldn't be some more volatility ahead, as you saw yesterday and today. Still, these are market moving events. But I think focusing on a slightly longer time frame, I think we've got a lot of worry baked into equity markets already. I think there's significant room for upside surprise with how well the global economy handles this period and weathers it. And ultimately, I think that upside surprise can be a positive force driving equity markets higher in the year ahead.